Hello, everyone. It's Monday. Welcome to Heartlines, and this is our space where we discuss everything relationship and love. With me and I'm your host, Franca. See, because she is making me laugh, I'm forgetting to introduce myself. So tonight on the show with me, I have Jacinta and Shay. And today we're having a conversation that I love. You know, it has to do with money. Anything that has to do with money, you will see, say, my body, I go to glow. So today we're discussing the role of money in relationships. How does money influence or affect, one's relationship? And I think that it's going to be an very interesting conversation, because you will now begin to see all my energy when it reach money matter.
You can see it already.
Shay, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. It was chilled. My parents came over. They are still around. And what else?
Mommy's boy.
But it's been busy actually for me. I have a couple of deliveries to make. I was able to tidy it over the weekend, so a little bit of relief, but we're still grinding.
I had a good Friday night. I had a good Friday night. My Saturday was chilled. Yesterday was my birthday, but it was chilled. My hangover was slow. My hangover was slow.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
You're just a bad influence, But yeah, I had a good weekend, and it's good to be back. We're 1 year older. We have to be respecting ourselves. Ati dagba. We need to be respecting ourselves small. Abi? Okay, so let's quickly go on the break. When we come back, we would actually dive into this conversation. I want everybody to be relaxed and chilled. Let's quickly go on a break.
Stay tuned. Heartlines will be right back.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Veda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m, so engage with us.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need lights.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us, navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we'll connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
This crew is complete. We have Jess back with us physically. See how she is smiling. See how she is. See how she.
Jess is always good. Good to have her back.
I'm excited to be here.
You know, and then you see, I know what I just know. Today we're discussing money in relationship.
Frank, what have I ever done to you in this life?
See, we're discussing money, and this is the backbone of this conversation. This is our backbone for this conversation. So I like that you're in between Sheyi. So when you just talk anyhow, she will just face you like that.
No. We are not. Everybody agrees on money.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're asking. So on the show, we're asking. So what's the role of money in relationships?
Oh wow. So it depends on what angle. You know what I mean? I'd say that money is a defining factor for a lot of relationships. Especially in an impoverished nation like Nigeria, when it comes to marriage, a lot of women, even men, always, they tend to want someone who's prosperous, who's doing well, who has a good job, business, and so much more. So, yes, we'll say that in this part of the country, seeing that we don't get any sort of benefits from our government or get loans from banks that much, so everybody wants to lean on those who have money. And it's just like a ticket to a good life. I'll say that. So many young girls, have married because of this. And, of course, we are seeing the rising of men also doing so with, women who also have money. So I'll say that, yeah, money is a big factor when it comes to marriage in this part of the world.
Okay, so not just marriage, even relationships.
Yeah, in total sometimes. But depending on the relationship. I don't think girl and girl relationship is about money. Do you think so?
Yes, you never hear.
Okay. If you want to go out to eat, and if you guys you have 6 friends, and there's one that never has money, and every time she comes out, our bill is shared among the other 5 girls. Eventually, what will happen to that girl? I beg no call her more. Because now we will contribute money.
No, but that's not true. I think we girls, we tend to shoulder ourselves in that aspect.
No. So I'll tell you that. So I've been in that situation before where we go out. There's someone who is always complaining. So when I go out with my friends, I'm not thinking of the bill. As bad as it's bad, we will ruffle up somehow. Yeah. So I never think of the bill. But we have a friend who, when we say we're going to eat, she's always complaining. I don't have money. Business has been bad. I don't have money. So everybody just says, don't call her.
Really?
Yes. Not because she doesn't have money, but because she's always nagging.
Okay. So
And at the end of the day, because she's nagging, you're going to say, oh, let her not pay.
oh,
If it's a situation where we actually know, oh, she's not doing so well, but want her to be happy, we'll tell her, don't worry about the bill, just come. But you're already complaining.
Okay.
And then when you want to do things for yourself, personal things, the money will
The money
come.
comes out.
I see now. So it's more like an attitude, character.
Attitude, yes.
Okay.
character.
Okay. All right.
Which actually, at the end of the day, is it really about money or character?
You know, like I would say, a lot of things keep relationships. You know what I mean? You could start off with money, and then maybe the person that has a good character, has great attitude, and then you forget about the whole money aspect. But let's also be honest. You know, money is I don't know how to put it. No, but okay now. So it depends. So a man sees a woman, let's be honest, and he wants to woo her. First thing he does is to take her to a fancy restaurant and then spends like $1 million on buying champagne and exclusive wine and caviar and so much more. What is he doing? He's trying to buy her with money already. Because, you know, if you look at it, maybe he has nothing to even say. Maybe he has nothing upstairs to even, you know, he's who he is. Nothing more than his money can help him out in that situation. Now, the girl is already attracted to that money, and she believes that's a lifestyle she's going to get if the relationship proceeds. So you see that already. There's already a wrong foundation when they're dating.
But so I think in that, so I think there's something wrong with that. Because even
Analogy.
after you spend that money, I still would not date you.
That's
But
you.
no, most stuff, but that's you now. See, we're talking about money in
No, but
relationships.
you don't understand. If it was about the money, it is not a proper relationship. It's not something that would last.
Like I said, wrong foundation.
Wrong, you understand?
Yeah.
It's not something that will last because the girl is there, the guy can't have a conversation, it's about money, and then they'll begin to have problems. And I don't think there's any guy who wants to have a serious relationship with someone. Do people get married just because, I don't know.
Okay, now let me say something.
They do.
You see, just like the way a woman wants money, some men want beauty.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing
Thing
to
to
them.
them, not to what you cook.
They don't.
not
They
the
don't care.
character,
They want a woman who's a trophy wife, and she
yes.
wants her to look
the way.
beautiful all through their marriage. I was
play the
reading.
part.
I was reading something where they had a prenup where the man said if they were going to divorce, alimony, which is the money they pay after they've gone their separate ways. He says for every pound you add, you will lose $10,000 from your alimony.
Oh wow.
At the time of the divorce, we'll calculate your weight. If you've added any, we'll minus the money, meaning that
You've lost value.
You've
He's
lost
a
value. He
madman.
wanted you to be a certain way
But they're no
throughout
longer
the marriage.
married.
But guess what? At that point in time, because now she's fat, he doesn't like her anymore. Don't you understand? The way she looks is no longer the way she looked when he met her.
And that's what he wanted.
And no, of course, he wanted her to keep fit and be that woman that maintain the beauty. So you see, it's both ways. Men are also looking for something. The same way women are looking for something. I try to say women most of the time. Of course, men are also chasing after money now, but it's mostly, around women. They tend to look for a guy who's wealthy, who's well-to-do, and then they chase after him and things like that. So money is a factor. We can't even hide it, But I would say that there are some very wrong way to chase the money. That's the problem. The way you then approach this money idea. Some people will tell you, before I see you, send me $10,000. Before I, date you, buy me this. That's the wrong approach now. Do you understand?
Okay, so let's go through. Let's take it from another angle. There are people who actually get into relationships and there's no money.
I was about to say that. Like I remember when I didn't have money.
Do you understand?
I was in love.
Yeah.
Like I was in
so
love.
there are people who don't have money.
Yeah.
So, but guess what? So I've seen where they didn't have money, everything was fine, and then the guy now has money, and now wants to dominate the woman.
The money thing is two ways, right? There's the humility that comes when you don't have money. That's not the real you.
Exactly.
The real you is the you that comes out when you have absolutely no worries about money. That is the real you. So that's a character flaw. It has absolutely nothing to do with money. Your character is your character. It's just that you've not had enough money to afford your character.
Okay, so what are situations where they get married and there was no money in the relationship? The guy used to do everything, and all of a sudden, he gets money and he's no longer present. the only thing he now has to offer is money.
So I also want us to. I read something somewhere, or I was listening to something somewhere that was saying, and it was to men, and it was saying, would you rather be present without money? Right? You are present. Anything, you're always there. They want to do burial in your in-laws' house. You are the first to get there. You are arranging the chairs. You are very present in your children's school. You know, they know you, blah, blah, blah. But Shigma, you know, get. Would you rather be present and, you know, be in love and everybody says, that man is than be busy, you know, making the money
And you're absent.
and you are not really present?
Not really, you're absent.
You are absent.
So you must
What-
give something.
what-
You must
because
give something.
what you are saying is
Franca.
very,
Yeah.
is very, very
Yeah, but
dicey.
that's what it is. The more money you have,
You will
the
not be
busier you
present.
Okay, now, thank God you're here. And you hear people saying that their father was not present in their lives.
But
get. They had everything.
But you know that they'll tell you it's not
But that's
important.
life.
because human beings always chase what they don't have.
Thank you.
And
That's
let me tell you
insatiable,
something,
Yeah.
right?
But I have seen people, and Etoni Elumelu tries to be present.
Because his wealth now, he
That's-
doesn't have to be
That's what
working
exactly
anymore.
what I
He
wanted
has
to
gone, but
say.
guess what?
There's a
guess
level
what?
of
People-
wealth you get to
there are
where
people
How old are his
in that
kids?
same
Let's
level.
be honest. How old are his kids?
I think the girl
He
is
didn't
maybe
start
8, 17
early. I
or
can bet
8.
you he was working in his early days.
No, but no. How old is he?
No,
Okay,
let's be
he's
honest.
60, right?
Yes, but people like him already have kids that are like 30 something.
Like
Maybe,
that
yeah,
30.
look at it that way. His kids are still young. Maybe he
Yeah, the girl,
worked
I don't think any of his kids is up to 20.
maximum
No, no, no.
21.
I don't think
Max,
anyone is
wait,
21.
so you see what I'm saying? So he used most of it, part of his life to work. So you see, in life you have to,
No.
give it's something you have to give for something. Now he's in a position to be there for them. But I can bet you when he was working his ass off, he didn't have that time. And maybe to him then he was like, this is not the time to have kids. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's what it is. But what I'm trying to say is he can do that now because he started late and he had to work to make money.
Oh, let's imagine your dad is a
but
president.
there are people who are
Presidents
present.
are busy too.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, imagine your dad.
President is
Will you call him a
busy.
deadbeat?
Who?
President,
If you have like a
president.
dad who is a president,
They're busy. They're extremely
is
busy.
he going to go for a
Oh
PTA
my
meeting?
God.
No, but so they find a way.
So how do you
so
raise that dad?
so
Is he a
that
deadbeat?
So that balance that we're talking about, that family balance.
How do you balance yourself?
Okay, I don't even want to talk about, but we're not talking about. So looking for chasing money.
Mm-hmm.
You're busy chasing money. Okay, so I read somewhere on Facebook a lady who said why she was chasing money, she wasn't there for her kids, and her kids became addicts. So she has lost all her kids right now. She doesn't have anyone. That if she was given a second chance,
She would not chase
Chase the
money.
money.
she would not chase.
But that's it. That's what I just said. You must give something. It's sacrifice.
No, so you
know what
don't
I
have.
mean?
So that means you don't have to
Balance.
be that rich.
No, I won't say that because everyone has to themselves what is satisfactory to them.
You don't get my point. So are you saying that for you to afford basic things, you won't be present? Is it not only when you actually want to have? How does it work?
To be honest with you, to even afford basic things, you have to work, especially in this country. To afford the basic in this country, you have to work. Most people that are working today they're just affording the basic things. They go to work at 4 a.m. and come back late at night.
And
especially
drop
when
their
there's
kids
traffic.
with
Yes, either crash or the neighbor or
or
whatever
nanny.
it is, or the nanny. They're just basic
I'm not going
things.
to be present.
So there was a story of where a child, I think she was 9, she was in Sunday school or something. They were having a conversation, and the girl was saying, "Oh, what's the big deal about sex?"
What?
Yeah, she was 9. The mother is a banker. She said, "What's the big deal about sex? That there's gate man. She has sex with the gate man." It was that day the woman resigned.
Jesus is Lord.
My dear, you see, adulthood is not easy.
It's not.
No, you see, and I cannot say, because see, we make
And you
mistakes
can't
in
call
our
her
lives.
failed.
You can't say, you can't say the mother has failed. You can't say that. You know what I mean? Because you see, somebody has to pay the school fees.
There's a story inside the estate, Magodo, of a young girl who got pregnant. She didn't know they even slept with her
Because he was drugged.
because she was drugged.
God, how old
I
is
think
she?
her parents, Now she's older now. Then she was maybe 16. Her parents had gone. She went to buy something, you know. So I think she went to buy. So she has this, you know, those security, all those security men.
Malams.
All those, not the malams, those securities at the gate. You know, when you're getting into a close, those securities. So there's one that they're always greeting and everything. So I think that day, the security man knew the parents were not around. And then, so as she was going to buy something, I said, you're going to buy something, come now. How now? How you did? Now give her something to drink. And then slept with her.
How did I don't understand. Where were they? Were they in enclosed?
You know that those are security.
Inside that place. That's what you said to her.
Yes. So she got pregnant and they kept asking her, what happened to you? She said she doesn't know. Did you sleep with anybody? She said no.
So how did they find out?
Guess what? So she had the baby. And then, as God will have it, the security man, it didn't look like the security man. So after a few years, you know, things were just going. The security man was now telling somebody that he has a child somewhere, that they are training the child for him. That when it's time, he will come and claim his child.
And he then said who he was.
So you know, he was just, and then one day he just said that girl had a child for him. That's how they found out.
Hope he's still in jail.
He said, hope he's still in jail. That's if he went to jail.
Oh my God.
Ah, yeah. Not my family. Oh God.
When you hear stories.
Oh no.
When you hear stories. I have a friend who has been saying the wife should work, the wife should work, the wife should work. I think they even had serious issues about it. Because we're trying to balance their finances and everything. But guess what? They have a daughter who is maybe 15, 16. So because the mom is at home, she's able to monitor that child. And started finding out that the child started getting involved in certain things. You know what the guy came back and told me? There's no amount of work that she would have worked. I like that she's at home.
Well, you see,
and he would chest that bill.
Let's be honest with you. Because they can afford one partner just working. Some people cannot.
It is not about, it's not like they can afford. Let me tell you, I wasn't working at that time. I just had a shop I was running, but I had somebody in the house. Do you know my driver told my nanny, the lady, I'll call her a nanny, but my kids were grown at that time, that he liked my daughter. And the nanny was telling my daughter that the driver said he likes you. And she came to tell me.
What did you do?
I sacked all of them.
Okay, so but the thing is,
sack them, go to the house, and make sure that there's a police telling them that if you buy,
there's so many
things
yeah
that happen. If you know the things.
So are you now going to say that people should not chase money, shouldn't go to work?
We're just stating facts here.
I completely see. Yeah.
I know another woman who had boys. And then her brother-in-law came to the house. And then she was going to work. The brother-in-law was sleeping with her children.
Boys.
So what the senior one tried to do what the
mom was doing
to the younger one. And that one, I said, what are you doing? I went to go and tell mommy. So that one, that's how mommy found out and said, what?
Oh my God. See, like this is a totally different topic from where we're coming from now because it's quite sensitive. You know what I mean?
But it's the issue of money.
It's the issue of money. People are chasing dreams.
People are chasing money.
People are chasing money. They want to provide for those children.
But then if they don't chase and provide for them, they don't see their parents fail them.
That's why you see parents saying one person works and
we manage whatever
we have and the other person. But after a while, when the kids are grown now,
the person is at a disadvantage.
The person who is at home is not doing anything to him or herself, and then the person who has been working is upset and saying, I've been working for, so that it boils down to human beings again. Battle will start again because after 15 years, the woman is saying, I've given my 15 years to you people.
We had a discussion on this.
Yeah, we had a conversation on this one now, like last week or last 2 weeks. The guy is saying, the woman is saying, I gave you guys 15 years. I have, why didn't you, now you're saying I'm worthless. Now you're saying I don't add value. And the guy is saying, I provided for you for 15 years. Now you're no longer my spec. because you didn't grow with me.
But you know, there are also ways you can also mitigate those risks because women do it even abroad, where if they stay at home for every year, they're being paid a certain amount of money and they agree to it. By the time that 15 years, she has a lot of money in her account or in stocks.
Not in Nigeria.
It still boils down to who you are. It happens even here. I tell you, just a lot of people didn't know about this. Now people are becoming more aware, but they are there. Even here, you know, I don't want to name names, but I know someone who did that. You know, because she had a she had she had a good job. You know, and she was going to do a lot. She had the potential to be, you know, like an MP. You know, well grounded, schooled properly, and then she said, "Listen, if you want me to stop working, this is what I want to be paid every year." And they call a lawyer and they put it together. And it was being paid and she bought stocks with them over the years. So now they're done, her kids are retired. And she's fine. She's okay where she is. So she's talking about, oh, she's now saying, how do I invest? Where do I do this? How do I put my money? She's not angry. She's not upset. So I feel that at some point women will begin to understand that if I'm going to give my life, you know, while I wait at home,
but the
I should
guy
get something
is
in return.
considerate. That guy, her husband is very
Of course,
considerate
yeah.
because some other men will tell you, are the kids not for both of us?
It doesn't matter.
but
Because it boils down, you know why? The man didn't want her to get to that age and start regretting or getting upset at him.
Because
That's
the man
somebody
is
that
aware.
had foresight.
That's the man that
That's-
had
Thank
foresight.
you. And he wants to
Yeah,
be
that's-
with her till he
That's
dies.
just one out of.
That's 1 out of 100.
Then I also
Yeah,
want us
1,000.
to see, like, if you don't, I've lost my
My train of thought.
my train of thought. But how do you not? That's even risky, because in the Nigeria of today, right? God was just good to that man, right? If he's in business, one policy can come,
Yes.
mess up the entire business.
Yeah.
And the wife, that salary that she was collecting, both of them, you know, they will go to ground zero. Would she, if choice the reverse was the case, would she be able to withstand that pressure of not having anything if that thing happens?
Okay, so let me share a story that someone shared with me on Saturday.
Because I know, like, I have a family friend, like, very close family friend, and we lost one of them in November, you know. I don't know if you remember, like, I posted a picture and all that.
Oh, the one that was just turned 40.
She was just going to turn 40.
She's dead?
Yeah.
Cancer.
And growing up, their dad was balling big time. Told the mom, don't work. I got you. I got us. And he got her, and he got us to our family friends. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He not only had his family,
Extended family as well.
and friends. I remember when I was going to secondary school, they bought me my first provisions. Do you understand? So it was like, just give birth. They had 6 kids. Like, just give birth. Don't worry. We are there. You understand? And he was there. He was the loving father. Was a good man. And he took care of not just his kids, but everybody, like family, friends. Their house was the base for everybody to go. You know, when their dad buys a new ride, he would take everybody, would go for rides and all that. And he died at 40-something.
Wow. So this person that died, is it his
No.
daughter?
That's the
That's the
daughter.
daughter.
So wait,
So
they
what
don't live-
happened?
He died of cancer as well. 40-something. And they had 6 kids.
Wow.
And the mom was in her 40s as well.
She was in her 40s as well. And she had to go back
To the basics.
to start working.
Yeah.
How was life?
It was tough. But they
Because
had
of-
goodwill.
They had goodwill.
And everybody was like, no way. Like, everybody was like, no way. They are not going to suffer. Right? And they had a good family as well. And, you know, like, people rose up
People
and
came up,
people
yeah.
showed up.
Showed
But
up for them.
it was not as, you can imagine
It
somebody
cannot
that
be the
has
same.
everybody, like, that got everybody.
Yeah.
Now everybody's getting them. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
even-
You know, the girl went to Olashore. That was the trajectory for everybody, you know. It was supposed to be like, you know, very okay. And that happened. And, you know, things like this happen. How do you will you be happy that you put your family in that kind of situation because you refuse to allow their mom not to work?
So that's why I want to share a story. So I had a visitor over the weekend, and so we're watching the show, and the one where I was saying the show we said it's okay to give 15 years, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't develop yourself. That show, he was watching it and he said that so when he moved to Benin, 98, I think he got married in 2001. And that he told the wife that, you know what, go to school. You know, what you have right now, you're just a nurse, auxiliary nurse. That what you have right now, I would rather you go to school, you know, get proper qualification so you can be a BSc, you can have your BSc and all that. And the wife came, she didn't say anything, and she came back a few months later with a letter from a hospital to work as a nurse, and the salary was 19,000. And he was like, I don't understand. I said you shouldn't work. Why you? It's 19,000. I can't give you this. You know? And the woman said, the way you have been taking care of me since. And he didn't understand what she meant. So he now went back to think, and he said, I think she asked for something, and he said, but I just gave you money. He said it innocently. Yeah. He wasn't questioning how she spent the money. But he said, but I just gave you money. Now, why are you asking for money for again? Innocently. Yeah. And then the wife referred to that thing and said, you don't know where to have a job. So that you would ask me what I used. I should be writing the list of, giving you an account of how I spent the money. The man now said, but I didn't, you know. But he said, you know what, if that's what you want to do, it's fine. And then she continued her work of 19,000. After a while, she got another job, hospital in Benin, St. Philomena, and I think it was 20-something thousand. He was a banker. He was balling, doing well. And he kept telling her, go to school, go to school. The woman said, no, that, you see this work, that she cannot rely on a man. She doesn't want to rely on her husband because all those small money, so she was building her family and doing all that. Eventually, the man got tired of the bank work. And then he resigned and became a pastor and a lecturer. You see the difference from banker to a lecturer. You know the pay.
Of course.
And then, in fact, I think there was a period they didn't pay lecturers. It was the woman who was fending for the house.
Wow.
And then that day he said, so he was thinking, if I stopped her from doing that job, what would have happened to us as a family when I didn't have my job? Yeah. That was one way. But later, she grew to a level and couldn't grow again because she didn't have a BSc.
Wow.
And then he had lost a job. He couldn't fund her schooling anymore. You see, his own story had everything. And he said, you're not going to force me to do anything because I was begging you. I was asking you, you said you didn't want to do. Now, you are complaining because you have grown to, you have gotten to your limits.
Well, you need BSc too.
Now,
wow,
you can't.
This is it's an amazing story.
You know? And he said one day he woke up and that he could tell the wife was there. He could tell that she was crying.
Oh.
And that, you know, said, what's wrong with you? And the wife said, like you care. You know how women are. Like you care. And then he now said, oh, it has gotten to this point where she's not sleeping. He said that he just walked. That he had a property he had bought. He gave it to her. Go and sell it and do what you want to do. The lady just turned 50. She's graduated from a school in London. Now she wants to do her nursing certification. Okay, so I'm sharing this story because he just shared this story with me on Saturday. And I'm saying, one person experienced this whole thing.
Yeah. Everything. Oh my God.
And then see how he managed it. He's not rich anymore.
So the core of that is they have a foundation in love regardless.
Yes. Be careful one another.
they had money at some point, they didn't have money at some point. There was something that was constant, and it was the two of them. Do you understand? Because if you don't love somebody, you will not give them property. If you don't if you don't even trust them,
Yeah.
let's even leave love.
You want to invest in them.
because
Yeah,
the
like
guy- the
leave
guy-
your property, like you that you were no longer doing as
So, but
good
the
as
guy
you were
kept,
doing.
The guy kept telling her, upskill yourself because he has about 5 degrees or 6.
So, you know where she's coming from is, first of all, he's now not where he used to be. And he's investing in her to become bigger than he is.
Exactly.
A lot of men won't even do that. Because if she now gets her BSc or whatever, nursing school, she'll
She'll
still have a
earn-
better
and
job.
probably
She
she
even
works
did it
in
in
UK.
London.
Exactly.
She even works in the NHS.
Exactly.
They'll pay her in pounds. So some men don't even want you to be better than they are.
No, but now he
him
has
even-
grown to a point where he knows that really nothing.
But some people still wouldn't.
So,
Especially if the
so
foundation
when he
is not
said this, so when
solid.
we were speaking, and I said you're a good man,
Yeah.
that you gave her your property when you're not even sure, so you could buy another one.
That was
Yes.
exactly
And
what
he
I was
said,
saying.
why
talking
would I
about.
give it to her? And I said, because you're a good person. Some people will say, this is all I
I
have
have.
And I'm already
after working.
Thank you.
And I don't beg
I am
you.
over 50. I'm close to
Yes,
60.
And
this
I
my
told
retirement.
you didn't do it.
That's big.
What they will do is they will just keep blaming you for that thing and then use it as a yardstick to say, I'm not doing anything for you.
But guess
I
what?
told you.
Both of them. But you see, at this point, you can't blame because he actually said go to school. She
Yeah.
said no. But then he appreciated the fact that she didn't go to school. You understand? Because she now had a job when they had, there was a job when they
There was
needed
crisis,
her.
yes.
And so he now came back to say, and she now wants to go to school when I don't have.
But then again, if you look at it, like I was saying, with them, it wasn't about the money. It was because he lost his job and she didn't.
She stood in.
Yes. So
It was a
it was
partnership
never about
money.
money.
It was, we're going
It
to
was,
we're going to
we
do
are
this for
together.
life. This is us forever. And he also felt it. That's why he gave her
That's
his
why he
property.
could give her the property.
Because when he didn't have,
Yes.
she showed up. He said, this woman, oh no, I'll
So-
give you anything.
So are we
Yeah, that's a good
concluding?
one.
Look, I think we are concluding that it's never about money.
No, we're not saying it's
Let's quickly go on a break because now Jessica don't.
no, it's never about
There's money. Please let's quickly go on a break.
Stay tuned. Heartlines will be right back.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Reda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m. So engage with us.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
Okay, we've just been having this conversation. We've not asked people to call in. Please know that you can call to join our conversation on 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. We're having a very good conversation here, and I think you can call in to join, share your ideas or your opinions on what we're discussing. So, Sheyi, but based on the story I just shared now, money is still there involved, though. Because guess what? You to say the man not get money to buy the property. What if you forgive her? Because now they would have been. And guess what? Go and check most relationships where they fight all the time. Now money. Love is good, but a relationship with love is good, but money they make and sweet pass.
Okay, so yes, money
You
is
can
good.
do things when you don't offend your wife. You can do things when money go do. Even if you get lyrics for mouth, if money not there, the lyrics not the sweet.
Nah, wash.
Bleach.
Seriously. So when you get doing, if you get doing, it's just they back them up with funds. You know, just back it up with fun.
You see, what I would say is people who fall in love and then come across money.
Ooh, sweet.
I think they have
The
it.
best.
There's a balance.
Yes.
They're lucky, you know, because there's money, but also there's love. So that's people that obviously I think that they got it all right. But those who can't even stand the man or the woman and they just there because of the money. You see that when the money is gone, they hate that person.
But guess what? If
All
the man
their mind.
if eventually you go love the man.
It's
the
not
man,
true.
No, it's Jacinta.
If the man stops having money, if he doesn't have money anymore, it's always rare.
No, if the man is a good, you know, there are people that you really don't get to know.
No, until they don't have money or they have money.
Or they have money. So you'll be shocked that that man is actually a good person. Forget that. You understand? So when you live with someone,
a woman who has conscience now. You know, you're talking about conscience now.
You see, when somebody is chasing you, you really don't know so much about the person.
I'm saying when you're not married to the person.
No, what I'm trying to say, somebody is chasing you. You're not able to know. See, now a broke man, they show you reself. I saw a joke. I saw one when somebody was cracking a joke when he said that the real men are not the ones in Lekki. The real men are the ones in the Ikorodu, where they stay one room, so that when you wake up, you can see all your property. Those are the real men.
Are the real men?
Because that's their
real self.
Oh, okay. All their
all those Lekki people, they fake them. They even borrow money to live that fake life. So the people on the mainland, those guys on the mainland,
okay, their value is on the floor.
When they say, my dad wicked or my dad caring, and those man you could know. Because when you wake up, the frustration way in the face, take out wipe you koboko first. As you see all of them, they lie down. You see two children for you.
You say, what? And then guess what? He's beating you because you're not wearing your shirt.
Why you not wearing your shirt? Exactly.
Why you not wearing your shirt? Why you not wearing your shirt? Daddy,
I know it's frustration.
But a man who be nice man, regardless in that situation, he will be nice. He will be
He'll be a good man.
Yes.
So my point is,
very
you'll be
true.
shocked. Yeah, so you'll be shocked that sometimes money they spoil people. You don't get to see
the real person.
Yeah, because you become okay. So it depends. If you never see money for you, might just get carried away, become nasty. But when you humble, when money humble you, when you don't see money before it can't come off for your hand, you can't humble. Trust me.
That's not you.
You
appreciate it more.
So it's possible for a lady to get married to a man because the man get money. But when you begin to see how the man manages you
without his money,
not even without
with
his
the money,
even with the money,
you would know if your man really loves you.
You would know if. But let me tell you the truth. Sometimes women can be very, I don't want to use the word stupid, but they chase after the wrong things.
Yeah, most of the time.
You can find out that women go after the men that they love. Meanwhile, it's better to be with the man that loves you.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. That's the equation.
It should be the man that loves you. But you see women go say,
She's giving you that eye.
Trust me, Sheyi, any relationship where the man love the woman,
it will never work. It's like an equation.
Well, now the woman love the man.
No, it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so. If the man not love the woman, it get us it.
Yeah, she'll keep chasing him, and women are not supposed to chase him.
I agree, sure.
It's true.
If na woman they chase you, go tired, she go they irritate you.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know, so I just feel that after a while, if women understand this part of relationship and just let the man love them, over time, you begin to grow, and you see the ones where you they chase, they are useless.
No, that's not true.
No, some of these people, these men, let me tell you, I think with men, it's the woman that brings out the good side of a man. I don't know why.
I think he considers her, then he becomes better.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will see a terrible man, but when he's with a particular woman, God, he's just everything. I've seen it.
You know why? I think because she must have given him a certain kind of love and affection that has brought that out of him.
I don't know what it is.
Yes, because that's the thing.
But guess what? But you'll be shocked that the woman...
off him.
Jacinta, you'll be even shocked that the woman is not even doing anything special.
She
just
care.
loves her.
He just loves her.
Okay.
Because the woman who doesn't love, the woman you don't love does more than the one you love.
The one you love doesn't need to do too much.
The one that you love doesn't need to do too much.
She knows she's loved. Just like a
Because any
child.
little thing she does, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See how she even did it. Thank God.
Oh, thank God. And you not say, oh, don't stress yourself. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need to do too much. But the one the way you not like,
And I ain't go
there's
wash
nothing she
boxers. You
does
go wash
that you would
pants,
appreciate.
Can I
wash-
say something?
yeah.
When a woman says to herself, wait, let's be honest here, you know, in our guts, inside of us, we know when a man loves us, don't we? Or we don't know.
Okay, so it depends on what's your love language.
Men don't involve
No,
already.
so that's one love language. Forget about love
Let me tell
language
you why I
now.
say, do you know what
know
your
I'm
love?
saying so?
Do you know why I say what's your love language?
Okay.
How do you know a man loves you? Not if the man does the things you want, not what he wants.
No, that's not true.
How do you know a man loves you?
Okay. I think a man loves me when he's caring about me.
That's because that's what you care
No,
about.
no. Hold on.
Okay.
There are a lot of things I care about he might not do. But the things that he does, that he goes an extra mile to do when I know that he's uncomfortable, is when I know he loves me. I know when he's uncomfortable.
You don't get. You are contradicting yourself. Listen, a man does something to make you happy.
You're looking at it that way.
But
Everyone
it's
looks
to
at
make you happy at the end of the day.
Okay, but yeah, but
It is what you want. If you don't want it, Jacinta.
No, you don't get me what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, he doesn't do what I want. And you're not getting it.
So
Sometimes he doesn't do what I want as well. Okay, now, so you're dating someone, you're seeing someone, and then, of course, in the beginning, the man is doing everything to woo you. It's normal. You guys get to the next stage of the relationship, right? Okay. Then he starts to show who he truly is. Now, because he's not here to just play around with you. When a man really wants you, the next stage, he now starts to show you who he is. Maybe the things he did in the first, maybe 3-4 months, yeah, he doesn't do it again in the sense that, okay, I'm done with trying to chase you now. We are now more settled. So this is who I am. That thing you normally do, I don't like it. I was just doing it because I wanted you to be on my side. So that's the next stage. Then you see that. Then you now start to understand him and you'll be like, okay, so those things he was actually doing it for me, but this is now who he is. Okay, then you appreciate, then me, I would appreciate that he actually did those things for me in the beginning that he doesn't like. Now I see that he doesn't like it, especially if I like you and I want to keep going on with you. So in that time, okay, to me, yeah, that stage of relationship is where I enjoy the most. I don't enjoy the first one, the win, the love bombing. I don't really enjoy it because I get that a lot, and I think it's to me it's a signal of trauma in many ways. So all that love bombing, fancy restaurant, flying, this, that.
I don't see that before.
I'm not interested.
Okay, so now
that
the guy
second
show
one,
you who he is. Good.
I like that one because he's being vulnerable. Do you understand? He's not like, okay, this is me. If you like me, if you don't like me, that's
But even in that state, he still does things that he doesn't like. That is what.
So if he's not doing, so let me tell you.
So I will
at
now
that
then
point,
try to pick now.
At that point, when he's doing the things that he has finished with you, he's showing you himself.
Yes.
Jacinta, if he's now showing you the real self, that will kill you,
He's in
you
marriage.
will run. Do you understand? If he's showing you that real self that you can't tolerate, nothing will make you stay just.
Okay, wait. What about myself? What about me?
You don't.
The ones he can't tolerate as well.
Well, you don't get it.
Okay.
You see, women for some reason, they just know how to adapt. Naturally. So you would just tend towards, oh, he doesn't like this, oh, I need to stop this. But men won't stop anything.
No, but that's not true.
Women naturally, Jess. If there are things that this guy is complaining about this thing I do, and it's something that I can work on, you work on it.
And he too.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
also work on.
So that's if he agrees to work on now. You guys have to agree to work on the things each
But
person doesn't like.
that's how the relationship progresses on, isn't it?
Eh-heh.
Unless it won't progress.
That's what I'm saying. But Jess, there are some that you're not ready to tolerate. Whether do you understand?
You walk away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you say that some men, you understand, when they begin to do, how you do a man, the question was, how do you know a man really loves you?
Yes, and I'll say it again.
That it is when
At that stage, not the first stage.
That second stage, when he shows you his
when,
real self.
Yes, because I love when people are true to themselves. I know it's very hard for people to get there in their lives, so I appreciate it. So when someone starts to show me the vulnerability, and even sometimes it might even be a call for help, meaning that this is how I am. Maybe as a trigger I have, or I scream or I yell at something, and you see sometimes they might even want help. Okay. Not because they want to do. So I look at it differently anyway.
Okay, so
I feel that, and then obviously, there are different things in that stage where they also do things. Of course, they also do things, obviously, to for your sake that they would not have done, inconvenience themselves. Of course, that's there. It's just always a balance. But
Okay, so if in that space, that second stage, the guy is showing his real self, and then he gets triggered, and then he hits you.
no, that has never happened to me before.
We're just giving scenarios.
No, but I don't know how to take that. I'll run away.
That's why I
Don't
said
take that.
he's showing you he's vulnerable, but that's him crying for help.
No, but not hitting me.
No, no,
You
it's
don't not
But
hitting
he's
me.
you can't determine how people will ask for help.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he saw growing up.
Okay. But one thing again, I believe that women, there's a way a woman behaves that a man treats her in the way she, like, I believe why no one has ever touched me before is maybe how I present myself. I have never been.
Yes, it has absolutely nothing
Yes,
to
it
do
has
with
nothing to do with
Okay,
it.
all right. It has to do with the
you.
person.
It has to do
Yes,
with the
person.
absolutely nothing to do
Because
with
they will woo you. You wouldn't know that they are tigers. You wouldn't know that they have temper. They have very terrible temperaments. And then after they now know that they have you, they'll now begin to mistreat you and hit you. That's them being vulnerable. That from your definition. And the woman now says, I'm loving the fact that you're showing me your real self. Guess what? And then there are women who will tell you that if a man loves them, that he hits them.
So that's what I keep saying about relationships. Relationship is not something that is an equation. There's no clear perspective on relationship. I always say it because, what you take as relationship and what I see as one and you as well is totally different, and how we just, the whole idea of it is totally different and
Yeah,
how
but
we see
basically
it.
what we're talking about is money.
Yeah.
So we're saying that you see this money, like I was saying before, Jacinta tried to share her views. It is okay I think you should stay with the man who loves you. As in, it's better for the man. Because like I said, if man use money, chase you, and eventually you find out that the man is a good man.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You understand? But do people stay in a relationship where there's money, but there's no love, there's a lot of ill treatment?
Of course they do.
So how do they cope?
Two things. People stay for two things. Some people stay long enough to have their own security.
Yes.
So
But they
that when
eventually leave.
when they have that security,
They're going to look for
eventually
their
leave.
own love. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people stay because they have absolutely
Nowhere
no
to go.
choice.
To go.
And the only comfort they have
Their
is
children.
the money. Now, is the money, not even the kids. Now, some still leave because where they're coming from, they have a better support system.
Okay.
For example, if your family is very good, they are not poor. Even though
We have 1 minute. If your family is poor, will you marry because of money? If your
no.
family is
You
rich.
get
to
money.
do.
No. You get money where you go see.
depends
Forget
anyway.
forget all this.
Okay, so
What
we
I-
need to go. Your last thoughts, please.
Oh
We need to go. Your last thoughts, please.
Okay, what I would
always
say
so
is, to me, I'd rather you know that God is your source. I believe that. And of course, it's not going to come down and then you help you work. But if you don't have money, you can always have money. You can always have money. Because the person who has money too has a source. God is our source. So walk, pray. Do your best, and you will definitely get there. Because you can marry the person today, and tomorrow the person wouldn't have. What are you going to do? So just
For me,
God is your source.
is balance. Chase the money. Find a way to balance that money with a little bit of affection, a little bit of love.
Okay, so I personally would say don't get into a relationship because of money, but push the man to look for money after you have agreed that both of you love each other.
And you also look
you
for money.
to push for
And you-
yourself,
yes,
look for
yes,
money too.
I agree,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
I
don't
think
forget,
it's a better, yes. So I think your foundation should actually be genuine likeness or love.
Because money
yeah.
comes
then
and goes.
and then
money comes
will
and go.
eventually come
And you might
and
even
go.
have more money than him.
yes.
Which is
tomorrow.
one of the reasons why they say date for a while, so that you can see his transition. You can see when he has money
When he
and
doesn't,
when he doesn't
and then
have
you see the way
money.
he can chip in when he doesn't.
When he loves, when he has money, because some people
The way he
they'll still
spends
have
the
money,
money too.
they'll still do nothing.
Okay, so the show actually came to an end really quick because Jacinta is in the studio. We're gonna party after this.
Just.
We're gonna party after. She is so happy to see Jess. So it was a very good conversation. Please send your emails to cancer@vedasconsult.com. The full house is here, so we have a lot of people to attend to you. So we'll see you tomorrow. Let's go party.